Okay, hi everyone, welcome to the first video about the Tradingview. Like I said, in the introduction, this is the very basic stuff. I am sure that most of you used Tradingview before, or this won't be anything new for you. So I will just try to do this as quickly as I can. I will just show you how you will set up the different things, which tools are going to be using through the whole academy, and then we will continue to more interesting lessons. So what you want to do is click on a sign in, and I will just sign in very quickly and be right back. Okay, so as you can see right here, I just made a new account. It's pretty self-explanatory, and this is my TradingView homepage at the first open. So first of all, you have this social aspect of the chart. You can see that you have authors here. You have some ideas here. I never really use it. I can't really say you if these people are good or not. But it's a cool feature on the TradingView. You can see the different ideas of different traders. But what is more important for us, at least, will be the charts by themselves. And first thing you will see on the right side here is the watch list. We have some symbols here, and what I will actually show you, and what is kind of the first thing you should do by yourself, if you are going to delete everything from the watch list on the right side, and you can create a new list. Okay, so I will actually talk about this first, because obviously you can see that TradingView is not going to allow me to do this, and I am actually not completely sure which features which I will be showing you are for free or not, so I will find out. But I am highly recommending you to go to GoPro and pay for the pro account. I did this basically after like 3 days of using TradingView. I immediately bought a pro account. I have it for a few years now. I have this second option, but you are good if you will just buy this one. It's $13 a month. You can start a free trials. You can start a free trial, so it's $15 a month. You can start a free trial for 30 days. What I recommend you to do before your trial will expire, this is nice little hack on TradingView. Before your trial will expire, cancel it manually, and you will get a 50% off for the whole year. Okay, so you will be paying basically like $75 for a whole year, and if there are some tools like the watch list I just showed you, which will unlock, but most importantly, you won't be able to trade. You won't be able to benefit from the whole volume section in the academy, because for you to have the access to the volume profiles on the TradingView, you need to have a pro account. So I am saying it here. I thought I will be talking about this later, once we will start with the volume. But yeah, you will need a pro account if you want to be trading with the volume. So yeah, it is kind of what it is. It's not something, TradingView is extremely affordable. You will get a 50% off if you will do it this smart way I just showed you. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. You will be able to set up the alerts and stuff, which I will show you in a minute. So we can have a watch list. I wanted to show you that you can make basically different watch lists, but you can't here. So I will add some symbols. Okay, I will add the Euro USD, for example. I will add the Bitcoin, and one more thing, let's add the S&P, the CFD of the S&P 500. So I have these things in a watch list. The other way how you can find them, if you just search for the ticker here. So you have the Euro GBP right here. You will click on this, and what you want to do here is click on the full featured chart right here, and we are at the full featured chart. So first of all, let me just delete all the indicators and everything. And as you can see right here, this is not the default setting. I think that I was using this account previously for some tests. Let me just show you my new template. Okay, so I will delete all of this, I'm sorry. And yeah, so if you're gonna open your chart for the really first time, you will either see this or this. I'm not really sure which one is default. I think the dark one is actually default in the TradingView. And the first thing you can set up is the, let me just delete this as well. Yeah, I've been on this account previously, so just let me clear something up. So we will be doing this, step by step. Anyway, so this is the, this is your chart which you're gonna see for the first time. Yeah, and one thing I actually, completely hated about the free account, these ads will be popping at to you. So yeah, this kind of sucks on the TradingView, but you will get rid of them once you will pay for the pro account. Anyway, so you have your chart like this. Let's say that we are going to be working with a light chart for this example. This is totally up to you. I think that obviously the dark ones are better for your eyes, but overall, if you want to know my personal opinion, the light ones are more clean to me. Okay, so I am using the light charts. I will, if once in the next lesson, basically, you will see my setups. This is just a test account, like I said, and in the next video you will see my setup, and I will set this up very similar in this one as well. So what you want to do first is go to the settings, and you want to go to the appearance, and you have these grid lines right here. Okay, and you can you will just turn the opacity down and they will be gone. I think some people are using them. I don't really see the reason why to use the grid lines on your chart. It's not really helping you with anything, and it's giving you just unnecessary lines on your chart. So you have a background here. This is very obvious how this works. You can choose any color you want. Session breaks, this is something I'm not using here. I will show you the indicator for this as well. We will have in the indicators video, I will show you all my custom indicators and scripts and everything I use, or maybe even sooner, but not in this one. The scale text, this is this on the right side, these scales. Nothing too important really. These are just by your preference really. And the same goes for the symbol, colors of the candles. I use white and black with the black borders and the black wicks. Okay, reason behind this, a lot of people are using these. Okay, it's really popular. And the last value line is the line of where the price is right now. Okay, so you want to set this on a black or something visible at least. Using the black and white chart is obviously really popular. A lot of people are using that, but there is very great use, because I will be showing you one volume indicator I'm using, which is coloring your charts. Okay, this is pretty advanced stuff. This will be in the volume module very later on, so nothing you should worry about right now. But I am my candlesticks have like 5 different colors, so using the white and black as your kind of base color is really helpful to me. And yeah, I think that this is kind of it for the settings. You don't really need to, you have the open, high, low of where your marker is right now. You have a percentage change. These things are kind of up to you if you want them or not. The indicator values and arguments. Just keep the indicator title here. Scales. The symbol last name, symbol last value is a good thing to have here, and also what I like to hear is the countdown to bar close, which you don't see it here on a daily obviously, but if I'm gonna go to the H1, you can see that we have a 22 minutes to close of this candle right here, so this is kind of cool thing to have. Date format, it's up to you, and the scales, yeah, this is not really important. And the last thing which I wanted to talk is the time zone. Okay, I recommend you to use the UTC. Okay, this is basically the London time, so you will have the 0 GMT. This is because of the in the section where I will be talking about the time of the day, the trading strategies. There are going to be some things where the time is really important, and I will be showing you the 0 GMT time frame, but this is up to you. I will talk about this to more details in the specific video. When I started trading, for example, I don't live in the UTC time frame. Okay, I live in the UTC +2. Actually, I think it's +2. Yeah, it's +2. So I was trading with the UTC, and once I kind of learned this, I just set my time frame. Okay, so it's 10 a.m. at my place right now. But I already know, because I've been using these concepts for quite some times. I know where is the when the London is opening, what is 0 GMT, when is New York opening and stuff like this, and I don't really need to see this specific time. It's not a rocket science as well. So yeah, but if you are starting with this, I recommend you to using 0 GMT or the UTC. The UTC time frame. So these were the very basic settings. You have your core theme here. You can save it. My let's say that main template is the name of this one, and if I'm gonna change this to dark, but I will go to the color theme and I will have my main template here. What you can notice that this doesn't change actually. You have to be on a light, and then these borders will stay light. It's kind of, I don't know, but what I actually do and what I actually like, I have the dark trading view, but my chart, the only thing is the bright is my chart inside. It's a little bit easier for eyes, but I don't really think it makes much sense, or it helps a lot anyway. So quickly, if you're gonna right click, you can reset the chart, which will kind of, if I would do something like this, let's say, and I will reset the chart, and everything is how it should look. You can add alert, which you can't right now because you don't have a pro account, but alerts are very cool things. This will you won't have a watch your charts that much. And the last kind of cool thing is, and what I just need to put some lines into here first, on some stuff, is the object tree. And if you're gonna click on object tree, first of all, you have your chart, you can completely hide it, but in the object tree as well, you have these things you have drawn. Okay, you can see this is the brush. You can hide it, you can delete it. Then I have my two trend lines here, and I can delete them as well. This is kind of like cool thing to use. Once there can be a lot of things going on your chart, and the ability to be able to show them, to hide them, to hide the specific parts of them, it's pretty cool. Also, the object tree is right here, all the way down here. Okay, so you can click access it from here as well. The thing here, we have a paper trading here. I can actually disconnect from this. I use this, I use sometimes, I use the paper trading here when I really trying to, quickly test something, some script or something like this. This is also something you can, we are working on in the academy. We will be releasing our own scripts, which are currently developing. But anyway, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not really going to show you how to paper trade on the Tradingview. It's easy. It's very easy actually. You have your order panel here, and you are just setting your profits and stop losses and buying here. But anyway, what you can do, what is kind of a cool thing which I like, if you're gonna log out from here, you have your brokers which are partnered with the Tradingview. You can see that there is more of them, but these some of these are not working for my region actually, but you can use the Oanda or the forex.com. Unfortunately, I'm not using any of those two, so it's not for me. If you are wondering, I'm using the IC markets, which is let me just show you, because there won't be any specific section, or I don't think there will be any specific section in the academy, where I will be really talking about the brokers and about the the MetaTrader and stuff like this. But I use, okay, this is the broker I use, basically the IC markets. I am not affiliated with them in any way. I think you should do your research in picking up your broker. This is totally up to you. You are sending money somewhere at the end of the day, so you should be confident enough that the broker will be good. But IC markets, one of the most popular and a very highly rated brokers. So these two, they are working in the US. If you are from the United States, they are expecting the US clients with a lower leverage, so it's still a viable option here. I think the Oanda is better, or I genuinely don't like the forex.com. So if you are if you really want to trade from a Tradingview, I recommend you go with Oanda, and margin trading cryptocurrencies can be done in the Poloniex as well. So anyway, I kind of got a little bit stuck up here, I'm sorry. The next important thing here, this is basically your panel with the tools, and you can see if I'm gonna click on this right here, I will have these different tools. And what you can do actually is, on the right side you have these small stars. If you're gonna click on the stars, the new panel will open, and this the star is born. The star is made all the way down here, and you will have all these different tools right here, which you can put into your kind of favorite list, and you will have access to them in much quicker. So I will just quickly add basically the things which I will be using. Books, this. Obviously, you can you can add anything you want, but these are just the very general stuff I am using when I trade. So yeah, this is it. Quick explanation of these tools. Obviously, I could go through every tool which is here, and we will this video will be like 10 hours long. So I will just quickly explain the tools which are here. The trend lines, it's self-explanatory. Only thing which is different here, okay, let me actually do this. I'm sorry, like I said, I used this account before. Apply defaults. This is how your default trend line will look like. If you are holding shift, it will be horizontal or vertical line, or in a 45% degrees. Double click it. and you can send the thickness here, you can send the color here, you can send the, you know, the style of this. What I use here is the price range. Okay, this is giving me, you know, the amount of pips, you know, pretty quickly. You can see that if I'm gonna draw trend line, you know, from this bottom to this top, I can see that this whole move was 78 pips. Okay, something pretty useful, you know, in a quickly trading, but besides that, you know, it's just a trend line. Also, you have some, like a quick bar, so you don't have to double click it, but you can, you know, go through it like this. You know, you can add the rays and rows, but you know, these three things are the most important here. The horizontal ray, it's completely the same as a trend line in terms of settings, but you will just one click it and you will have a straight line through your whole chart. You can see that if I'm gonna go to the daily time frame, you can see that the line is still here. Something I forgot to mention on the trend line by itself, you can place alert on any line. Okay, so this is kind of cool feature you have, you know, placing the alerts. And also you can change the visibility, you know, so let's say that I am on a 60-minute time frame and I don't want this to be seen on a daily or, you know, weekly. So on a 60-minute the trend line is here, and if I'm gonna go to the daily, it's not there. Okay, so this is, you know, if you are drawing a lot of lines and you are separating them by time frame, this is a cool feature to have. But besides this, it's all the same thing. Okay, coordinates, obviously, if I want to put this on 0.9, for example, which is all the way up here, I would just type it, and, you know, or 0.89, it's here. Okay, and yeah, this is it. The horizontal ray, the horizontal line. The horizontal ray will do this continuous line only from the point you click it. Okay, so it's just, you know, same thing, you know. Once again, let's say I want it from here, I will just click and the line will be here. The Fibonacci tool, let me just quickly make this apply defaults. Okay, so this is the default Fib tool you are going to have once you will draw it. You know, I suppose that you kind of know the basics about the Fibonacci. If not, I will, you know, talk about this later on anyway. But you know, let's say from this high to this low. Okay, this is how your Fib tool is looking right now. And what you want to do, you want to double click this, and what I do, once again, this is totally up to you. Okay, I can't really sit here and send you how colors you should use. I used one color. I don't really need this trend line here, and I also don't need the background here. In terms of levels, I can, you know, recommend you, or at least, you know, what I do. Once again, I have just these right here. Okay, something like this. Basically, you don't really need the 2618, and what is good one to have is 127. Okay, something like this. This is how my Fibonacci tool is looking like. And yeah, it's not really rocket science, like I said. You know, obviously these levels inside the Fib tool you are using for potential retracement, and these above the one you are using for your measured moves, basically. You can, if you're gonna double click it, you have a template here. You can save this as the main, let's say, and you have a main Fib tool setting. Also, you can, you know, if you're gonna make more templates, you can change them. Okay, you will have, I don't know, for whatever reason you will make more than one Fibonacci tool templates, you know, that will be there. Easy as that. The next thing is a GAN box. Once again, apply defaults. This is how the GAN box looks like. I, to be quite honest, have no idea how people are trading with this, if they are using it like this. There is just one simple thing you want to be using, you will double click this and delete everything besides the 0.5 on the price levels. Okay, this is just one thing you will keep there. Like this, you can set it on black. Let's see, and yeah, basically this will be measuring the 50% of the moves. It's obviously it is the same thing as the Fibonacci. Okay, if I'm gonna draw the fib levels, you can see that 0.5 are the same, obviously, but having just one line which will automatically measure the 50% of something, it will be helpful, and you will see it is better than using a Fibonacci for everything, because the point the 0.5 is the very important level which you will find out in the later videos. The next thing, the rectangle, it's your tool for drawing the supply and demand zones. This is why you will be using this a lot, because the support and resistance are just most of the times just the lines, but the supply and demand zones are some can be the bigger sized levels. So yeah, so the rectangle is, by my opinion, the best tool to use it. Is the cleanest one. Once again, double click it, change the color of this however you like. Okay, this is like this one is just totally up to you. I sometimes use the different colors for the different time frames, because these can be overwhelming sometimes. You will have the daily supply, and inside that you will have more supply zones in the lower time frames, which can help you determine your targets in the lower time frames. But generally, just very simple thing. Next thing, the text. I don't really have to explain this. You can write anything you want. This is just good for some of your annotations and stuff like that. And the last thing, the long visualization and the short visualization. Okay, it's okay, obviously I did this wrong. Yeah, this will just you will just see your risk to reward ratio with this. Okay, this is the cool thing to have. The risk to reward ratio, I will briefly talk about this in some of the chapters, but I kind of assume that you really know what the risk to reward ratio is. I will just quickly demonstrate this to you. Let's say you are going to enter your trade right at this level on this candle close right here. What I actually do, just when you're gonna double click this, you have this compact tool here. I'm just clicking I'm using the compact version of this. I don't really need anything else besides this. Or maybe these levels right here, and you can see that the red area is my stop loss. Okay, so let's say that you will put your stop below these lows somewhere. This is like 11.5 pip stop loss, and your target is, let's say, this high right here, for example. Okay, so you have the reading here, the 3.72. This is your risk to reward ratio. So if you are risking, let's say, $100 or 100 whatever per trade, your risk reward is 3.72. So this is obviously the $372, let's say, you made on this trade. Okay, risking 100. If price will go against you and it will hit your stop loss line, then you lost 100. Easy as that. So yeah, these tools just give you the nice idea what you can expect from the trade. Yeah, so these are the tools. Okay, one thing I didn't mention, the magnet tool. It's kind of cool feature, picking up the trend line, and you can see that this will automatically stick to the candles, so you can connect some levels in a better way. So the magnet tool, you can choose between weak and strong magnet as well. And these things I don't even use. This will hide your all drawing tools at once. Okay, but you can also use the object tree and just pick the things you want to see, or and things you don't. Okay, so this upper left corner is your ticker. Okay, let's say I will show the BTC USD now, for example. Okay, and I have the BTC USD chart right here. I can hide my favorite bar right now. So this is the Bitcoin chart. I can put the Ether chart, let's say, you know, easy as that. You have your time frames here. Okay, you can favorite these as well. You know, so you will have them on this bar right here, and you don't really have to click the arrow every time. This is also the cool thing. To use also, what I wanted to show you, if you're gonna click this question mark and the keyboard shortcuts, you have all the shortcuts you can use in the Tradingview. Okay, this is kind of a, you know, the great thing as well. I'm not really using any of these frequently. You know, for example, if you want to change the time frame quickly, you can just type 240, for example. It's in a minutes, obviously, so you know, this is the 4-hour time frame, 15-minute time frame. You know, this is the daily time frame and stuff like that. So anyway, the time frames, these are the types of candles. Okay, I will be talking about this in the next video, but for the major part, I will be using the candlesticks, the Japanese candlesticks. The second most popular things are these open high-low bars. Up to you, but I think especially for beginners, candlesticks make much more sense. Or you can use the hollow candles. This is just the, you know, the design thing. The Heikki Nashi, I am not using these, even though this is I think very nice for the trend following and stuff like that. But yeah, just candlesticks here. Line can be actually very useful in some scenarios. You would be really surprised. This will give you very clean levels sometimes. And yeah, these are all you can do in a free account. And yeah, even if you're gonna buy the cheapest version of the pro account, these are in a pro plus only, you know, the Renko. But you don't really need any of these. So we're gonna be sticking in a candlesticks. You can compare. The compare here is the symbol. Okay, so let's say that I have a Ether USD here, so I want to compare it with the BTC USD, for example. I will just add it, and you can see it will open in my indicator tab, and we can see how these two move together. Obviously, the BTC is this orange line in this case. You can, yeah, you can't actually put this as candles. I think there is actually a way how you can put actual candlesticks here, but I don't really see it right now. Anyway, I don't really use this as much anyway. Indicators, pretty self-explanatory. You know, you can see that the volume profile, the most important thing for, you know, the volume module. Obviously, you need to have a pro account, like I said. Besides that, you know, you have a built-ins. You know, I can add, let's say, one moving average. Let me add the RSI, and let me add the MACD. I think this is kind of it. You can have only the 3 indicators on a free account anyway. Yeah, so yeah, you can see I put some indicators on the chart. You have the setting tool here, so let's say that I want a 100 moving average. You know, I want to be this black and kind of thick, so I have moving average on my chart right now. The RSI, you know, you can double click it, you can change the colors, anything you want, basically. The same for the MACD. You know, you can change the color of this, let's say, and yeah, just how you like it. And you can delete these indicators. You can also move them. Okay, you can move the RSI to your chart, but what would you do it, obviously. But if you're gonna click this once again, you can have it above your chart. This is what I wanted to show you. So yeah, there is actually this smart arrow for it as well. So these are the indicators, and you have a templates here. There is kind of one cool trick here actually, even though if you only have a 3 indicators allowed on your chart, if I'm gonna like put this moving average ribbon, for example, you can see that I have like 20 moving averages right here. So, and you know, even I have the free account right now, and I can change the settings of these. You know, I'm not really using this, but you know, if you want more indicators on your chart, you can obviously, you know, if you're gonna delete this, I don't think this is work the other way. Yeah, it's not. So you can just have like 10 moving averages at once. You know, and there are some basically pre-made templates. You are not really going to need this. You know, I don't use any of these. You know, even though like the on OBV, for example, is a good indicator. It's a good indicator for the volume, but you know, 99% of times no indicators here. So yeah. Also, let's say that you really, you know, like this setup, for example, right here. You will click on the templates, click for the indicator template, and you know, this will be the main one, and you have now your main indicator. You know, this is actually extremely useful. I have like 4 different templates for, you know, few different things. Alerts, I talked about them. Replay button, you know, you can, you know, backtest your strategy this way nicely. You know, you can, you know, replay basically most of the events on the charts, and you will see how price will develop from certain levels. Very useful stuff here, you know, for backtesting your edge. And yeah, I think that, you know, this is just the chart layout. You can do them on a free account. If you're gonna buy a pro, you can have 2 charts at the same time, but not really need for that. And yeah, guys, this is it for the trading view. I know this was extremely long, the video. It wasn't really my intention to do it this long, but I hope this will at least help like some of you, you know, who were really beginners in a trading view, and this is basically the most detailed guide you will have. You know, I think that I'm covered basically everything. So finally, let's get into some trading, and let's jump into the candlesticks video.